the blank page, and the brilliant idea. Hello, and welcome. Today, we're going to talk about the blank page and the brilliant idea, and I'm going to give you the keys to unlock your creative mind. We've all been here, staring at a screen, a canvas, or a notebook, feeling completely stuck. You might have a brilliant idea that feels just out of reach, shimmering on the edge of your thoughts, but impossible to grasp. Or maybe you're facing a problem that feels just like this image, a massive, tangled knot. You don't even know where to begin pulling. It could be a creative project that you're passionate about, but for some reason it just won't start. That feeling of being creatively blocked is frustrating, and it's universal. But why does this happen? Why do our own minds, the source of our best ideas, seem to get in the way? The answer lies in understanding that your brain is a powerful but limited workspace. Knowing these limits isn't about seeing a weakness, it's about gaining the strategic knowledge you need to work with your brain, not against it. There are two key limitations we need to address. First, your working memory, the brain's mental sketchpad, can only hold about 4 to 7 items at once. It's like trying to juggle too many balls at once. You're bound to drop them. When you're trying to hold on to an idea, its components, and what to do next, you're overloading the system. Second, and let's be honest, we've all got one, an internal editor. This is that inner voice that critiques and judges ideas before they have a chance to grow. It's the voice that says, "That's not good enough," or "That will never work," effectively stopping creativity in its tracks. So if our brain is the bottleneck, how do we get around it? The answer is surprisingly simple. We have to get our thoughts out of our head. The solution is that writing externalizes thought. When you move an idea from the limited space of your working memory onto a page, you're fundamentally changing your relationship with it. This simple act frees your mind to generate the next idea instead of struggling to remember the last one. You're no longer juggling, you're building. This shift takes you from a state of mental clutter and anxiety to one of creative flow and momentum. This leads to a profound mindset shift. The act of writing is the act of thinking. It's not just about recording fully formed ideas, it's the process you use to form them. Writing forces vague impressions into specific words. As you pin down one concept, you start to see new connections branch out from it, how it relates to the market, the design, the user, or the story. It allows you to explore these pathways without your internal critic shutting them down. You're simply thinking on the page. Now that we understand why journaling is such a powerful tool, let's look at the toolkit you'll need to unlock these ideas. This is the practical part of our session, your toolkit to unlock ideas. We're going to explore 3 keys you'll need to unlock 3 different kinds of creative thinking. These 3 techniques are free writing, mind mapping, and visual journaling. Each one serves a unique purpose and helps you access a different mode of thought. Let's start with the first key, which is all about achieving creative fluency. Key number 1 is free writing, which I call the key to fluency. The goal here is simple, to outrun your inner critic. This is a direct assault on that internal editor we talked about. You can't edit what you haven't written, so the goal is to write faster than your inner critic can think. The process is straightforward. You write without stopping for a set period. You don't worry about grammar, spelling, or even making sense. This continuous motion helps clear the surface-level chatter in your mind, allowing you to access deeper, unexpected thoughts that lie beneath. The goal isn't quality, it's quantity and flow. While free writing creates flow, our next key is designed to create connections. Key number 2 is mind mapping, the key to connection. This technique is the ultimate workaround for your limited working memory. By getting every component of your idea onto the page visually, you offload the strain of holding it all in your head. You start with your main concept at the center and branch outward, letting related ideas radiate from the core. The reason this works so well, and this is the important part, is that it mirrors how your brain actually processes information, not in a straight line, but in a web of associations. This visual approach allows you to see the entire system at a glance, revealing patterns and connections you might have missed otherwise. Both of these keys rely on words, but what if your idea isn't verbal? That's where our third key comes in, visual journaling, the key to non-verbal insight. This technique is about thinking with sketches, diagrams, and color. And let me be clear, no artistic skill is required. Look at the examples on screen. It can be a simple flowchart to map a process, or a Venn diagram exploring where logic and intuition intersect on your project. And look at this little sketch for frustration. You don't need to be an artist to make a feeling visible. By using shapes and images to explore concepts, you engage a different part of your brain and unlock insights that words alone might miss. Having this toolkit is essential, but great ideas don't always show up when you're sitting at your desk. This brings us to a crucial point. Ideas arrive without an appointment. Be ready. A fleeting thought in the middle of the night or on your morning walk can be the start of everything. The key is to create a reliable bridge between that moment of inspiration and your structured creative time. This can be as simple as a small notebook and pen, a voice memo app on your phone, or a quick mobile note. The tool doesn't matter as much as the habit of capturing the idea before it disappears. But what happens when the ideas stop coming completely and the lock gets jammed? Think of a creative block like a brick wall. These strategies aren't about smashing through it, they're about finding the right key to open a hidden passage. When the lock gets jammed, you need to change the key. Here are 4 practical strategies to break through. Lower the stakes. Give yourself permission to write badly. The goal is just to get words on the page. By removing the pressure for perfection, you free yourself up to begin. Change constraints. Impose artificial limits to force new paths. For example, try to describe your problem in exactly 3 sentences or using only 1-syllable words. Constraints force creativity. Shift perspective. Try writing about the problem from another person's point of view. How would your customer describe it? Your competitor? A child? This can reveal entirely new angles. Free write about the block itself. Turn the tool on the problem. Write continuously about how stuck you feel, why you think you're stuck, and what it feels like. Often, articulating the block is the first step to dissolving it. Sometimes all you need isn't a new key, but a place to start. That's where prompts come in. A prompt is a starting line, not a destination. It's just a nudge to get your mind moving in a new direction. You can use what-if questions to explore possibilities. You can combine 2 completely unrelated concepts and see what emerges. You can mine your memories for stories or feelings that relate to your project. One of the most powerful prompts you can ever use is this one. What if the opposite of your current assumption were true? These techniques are great for getting moving on any given day, but the real secret to a powerful mind is consistency. This is perhaps the most important idea of all. Creativity is a muscle, not a lightning strike. We often think of great ideas as rare bolts of inspiration that come from nowhere, but in reality, creativity is a capacity you build through regular practice. And let me repeat the most crucial part of this. 10 minutes a day beats 2 hours on a Sunday. Really let that sink in. That consistent daily effort builds the mental pathways and strengthens your creative muscle. Find your own rhythm, but make it a habit. By building this muscle, you're not just creating a journal, you're unlocking your mind. This brings us to the big picture, the mind unlocked. After all this practice and all these pages, you'll realize that the journal is not the destination, it is the doorway. It's the doorway to a more agile, inventive, and resilient creative mind, one that can generate ideas, solve problems, and navigate uncertainty with confidence and flow. And the best part is you can walk through that door right now. So start now. Pick one technique we discussed today: free writing, mind mapping, or visual journaling. Set a timer for just 10 minutes and see what happens. Remember, every page you write is a step towards becoming who you were meant to be.